be afraid. Be very afraid. The Scary Good Friday Football Focus is up next. Talk about spooky. Brigetti had to square off against the undefeated Bearcats of Paso, Robles. It's a haunted house for the opposition. Lompoc hasn't lost a regular season home game since 2010. Could Pioneer Valley exercise those demons? And what a treat. St. Bonaventure and Westlake in a frightfully good matchup. Friday Football Focus always delivers a monster show.
Now, from the bleachers to the end zones, gridirons up and down the coast. Mike Clan, Joey Jutita, and the largest sports team on local television. Live Friday Football Focus.
Hey, Friday Football Focus should be spooktacular tonight. Hope you're having a great, safe Halloween. Thanks for spending the last part of it. I'm Mike Clan. I thought I was joined by 4Ts, Joe Jutita, but maybe it's Captain Hook or Jack Sparrow.
We'll go with Captain T tonight.
Happy
Halloween, everybody. Hope you're having a great time out there. Plenty of tricks for you tonight. We're going to start in the Channel League, where Buena was trying to clinch a playoff spot today. San Marcos coming off their first league win of in 5 seasons. And no, I don't look ridiculous, but it is spooky out there in Santa Barbara. The moon ducking behind those clouds. Horrifying if you're a San Marcos fan, though. Buena scoring early and often. First possession of the game. Bulldogs quarterback Noah Martinez finds Connor MacArthur. Huge gain there to the 20-yard line. Then Martinez doing it himself. 20-yard scamper to the end zone. Martinez, a fantastic runner, and he puts Buena up by a touchdown. San Marcos with it now, and this is 4th and short. Buena is bueno on defense. Gets the stop. Justin Rios with the tackle for loss, and the offense is going to be headed back out there. Martinez heading back to work, and he's going to roll out to his right. Always a threat to run, and that means the defense is going to try to crash on him, and a lot of guys that are wide open. Blake Burnett, there's no one around him for like 25 yards. I don't know what happened here, but Burnett finally runs into some defenders down at the 10-yard line, and then Buena handing off to Josh Cookson. He's going to stiff arm his way into the end zone. A 10-yard TD run. Buena up 14-0. San Marcos just trying to keep up here, and they just can't. Buena defense is swarming as they make a nice tackle right here, even though there's a nice run, but it's a couple of big hits in this game. Another turnover is going to be coming here. Anthony Tennyson is standing right there and gets the pick. Buena back in business. And then it's Martinez finding one of his favorite targets. It's Burnett again, fighting forward until he gets smacked by Joseph Estrada. Boom,
Monster
bang,
mash.
yow, ouch, that one hurt. Maybe both teams here a little confused on what holiday it is, maybe thinking it's Thanksgiving because they were giving it up a lot. Giving the ball up a lot. Martinez just can't handle the snap there. Another turnover. San Marcos is Josh Foley now. Comes up with a football. Royals get it back. Sage Reed's their quarterback. He keeps it, picks up a first down up the middle. Drive would stall, though, leading to no points. Buena back with it. Martinez keeping it again, juking his way around, missing tacklers, and finally making it out of bounds. That guy's just tugging on his jersey for fun and sprinting at the sidelines. Bulldogs then with the read option. Josh Cookson again running left. Truck stick there. Estrada and moving the chains, and then it's Anthony Tennyson. The offensive line for Buena dominant in this one in the first half. Martinez using his legs again right here, running right, and he's going to find his way into the end zone. He had a great Halloween night for the Buena Bulldogs. It's 21-0 as he finds the end zone there. Ensuing kickoff. Now, normally we only show these, Mike, for a couple of reasons. It's either a fantastic return or more Thanksgiving turkey blunders. Doink, that ball's on the ground. Buena pouncing on it, and they would score quickly. Cookson again heading for the pylon into the end zone. This one all Buena. Final score 31-13. So Buena is guaranteed a playoff spot now. Congratulations to the Bulldogs. Next week they'll be going for the league title when they face city rival Ventura. That's going to be a big game, and that is at Buena. San Marcos gets set for their annual big game against rival Santa Barbara. That's at Peabody Stadium for the city championship.
All right, the Ventura Cougars trying to enter next week's Channel League Showdown undefeated in league. To do it, they would have to avoid an upset against Dos Pueblos. These two have battled it out over the past several years. Usually a lot on the line for both teams, but DP just finishing up the year and not well. Second half, 34-0 Ventura. And Barrett Burns of DP gets sacked by Christian Kanthak. And been watching a lot of NFL. He's celebrating like the big boys do. Burns, the senior, nice throw there and a better catch by Josh Flora. It's on the 35-yard line. Burns battled a lot this year, concussion, and tell you what, still playing hard, spinning, and he's inside the 5. And the senior playing his last high school football game gets the touchdown. It's 34-7, but back comes Ventura. The Cougars, Tyler Smith, dumping it to Tyler Peralta. And Peralta, not only a great running back, but he's got good hands. Ventura in the fatigues tonight. They were doing battle, not their Halloween costume, mind you. They've worn those before. Peralta downfield again. And yeah, another dose of Peralta getting it close to the end zone. And then it's Smith to the big guy, Zach Sauerwein. Throw it up, and he's going to go get it. Touchdown, Ventura. Ventura moves to 3-0 in league, 8-1 overall with a 41-7 win. So it's Ventura and Buena for the outright Channel League title next Friday. Both are going to make the playoffs. Dos Pueblos, boy, they end a frustrating year, 1-9. Most thought the Chargers would have a winning season back in August. Not meant to be. Now to the Los Padres League, where the cream of the crop, Lompoc, has been tested this year, but they must be living right because they keep winning these games by 1 point, 2 of them, and they're 8-0.
It's been amazing. Tonight, Lompoc hosted Pioneer Valley. Friday Football Focus reporter Jim Murray. Wet dog tonight, Jim, wasn't it out there? You were soaked walking back into the newsroom.
It was unbelievable out there, and you're going to see the highlights. Both teams, though, they love to run the football. They're the 2 top rushing teams in the Los Padres League, and that was a good thing because it started pouring rain right as the game which got underway. And that made it impossible to mount any sort of consistent air attack. Early on, Lompoc driving, pass in the flat. Look at the defensive play, though, from Andrew Prada of Pioneer Valley. Prado, the strip, the recovery, heck of a play for the captain. The Panthers would take over with good field position. Quarterback Jared Rodriguez of Pioneer Valley with the throw of the night. Brian Gonzalez, so hard to throw wet football. That would give the Panthers 1st and goal. A few plays later, check out Mondo Mancera, just knocking off the helmet of defenders, finds the end zone. Pioneer Valley takes the 7-0 lead. Rain would be getting even worse here. Just an absolute deluge. Lompoc looked a little shell-shocked after that early turnover. They're 8-0 coming into tonight, but that play never had a chance. So the Braves, when they needed a big play, they turned to their star, quarterback Torrey Sims. Footing was a disaster out there, but Sims so strong on his feet. That was a big 1st down gain on 3rd down. A few plays later, it will be Sims again, making something out of nothing. He was just too strong for the Panthers to handle tonight. You can see him in open field. There's nobody that's going to catch him. Lompoc would win this one going away in some of the nastiest conditions I've ever seen. The final tonight, 21-7. They're now 9-0 on the season. The Braves are going to carry that 9-0 record into next week's rivalry contest with Cabrillo. Pioneer Valley finishes League 2-2. They've got a league game against Rigetti, a non-league game against Rigetti next week at home. So Lompoc Cabrillo, that game is always exciting, always packs the stadium, and clearly if Cabrillo wants to have a chance, they're going to have to figure out a way to stop Torrey Sims. He's just such an offensive, dynamic force out there. Live in studio, Jim Murray, guys, back to you.
All right, Jim taking the arc back.
Yeah, Jim worked in Bend, Oregon, so he knows weather. Man. He was in it tonight. More from the Los Padres League, but first to the Pac-5 League.
Yeah, Paso Robles traveling to Orchid to face Rigetti. Dave Alley was there. Another rain-soaked game tonight. Dave, you're in our Santa Maria newsroom. How were those highlights?
Yeah, hi guys. You know, Jim was in the elements. I can't say I was because I was actually in the friendly confines of the press box. I guess, you know, maybe I've been around a little bit longer. I got some contacts. I don't know. We'll work on that for Jim for his next game. But yeah, it was a wet and wild game between the Warriors and the Bearcats. You know, there's just no masking the fact that Paso Robles has been a monster this season. They've absolutely carved up their competition, winning 8 games, all their 8 games this year. As for Rigetti, well, a little bit of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Scary good at home, 4-0. On the road, a bit gory, though, at 0-4. So the good news for Rigetti, they were on their home turf. They needed a win or their playoff hopes would turn grim. For the Bearcats, likely nothing to fear playoff-wise, but they did need a win to keep their outright league title hopes alive. Early in the game, Paso strikes first. Bryce Paskey, 24-yard field goal, puts the Bearcats on top 3-0 at the 5:53 mark. Then, right after the field goal, the dam bursts, the skies open up, and the rain started falling down like cats and dogs, an absolute deluge, monsoon-like conditions. But you know what? This is football, so the game continued on with absolutely no interruption. 3-0 Paso after one early second quarter. They get their offense working. Justin Davis to Bailey Gaither, 20-yard pickup, takes it to midfield. Later on in the drive, out of the shotgun, Davis working. The screen pass, that goes to Christian Erickson. He busts over the goal line for the game's first touchdown, 10-0 Paso Robles. Warriors had trouble moving the ball all first half. Andrew Cooper, all sorts of trouble, thrown down for a loss by Trevor Torres. At the half, Paso Robles led 13-0. When the second half began, Rigetti was hoping to tighten up the defense. Zach Berg bringing down Mark Armstrong behind the line of scrimmage. But Paso, not to be deterred, would strike just a few plays later. Davis to Gaither. Nifty play here. This is going to result in the senior wide receiver working his way around the Warriors' D, and he takes it 15 yards into the end zone. Bearcats up the lead to 20-0. Later in the third, Paso pretty much puts this game away. Armstrong with the run right up the middle into the end zone. That made it 27-0. Rigetti, though, they would fight hard to the very end. Late fourth quarter, they finally break through on a 4th and goal. DJ Freitas scores the first touchdown of the game for Rigetti. Both teams would add one more touchdown. When this one was over, Paso Robles on a wet, wild, crazy night would stay perfect, beating the Warriors 40-12. All right, so the Bearcats, they indeed are still perfect, 9-0 now, 3-0 in the Pac-5. As for Rigetti, they finish up league play at 1-3 overall at 4-5. I do want to mention that Paso Robles next week, they'll face their arch rival at Atascadero. The Hounds had their game postponed today at Arroyo Grande due to some weather conditions there. So the league title could be on the line outright for that, depending on what happens in Arroyo Grande tomorrow night. The Warriors, they'll wrap up their season next week. They'll be on the road at Pioneer Valley. So crazy night, Mike. You know, we've both covered football here many years. I don't remember a night ever being so crazy, so wet, so wild, so much rain in such a short period of time. It was fun for me. I was out of those elements in the press box, but for a lot of our guys, boy, they got pretty wet out there. That's going to do it for tonight. Reporting live in the Santa Maria newsroom, Dave Alley. Back to you guys.
All right. I don't know if Dave can see your get-up or not.
I don't think he can.
Good job, Dave.
Mike, what'd be a pirate's favorite letter?
R.
No, it be the C. When we come back, highlights from Northern League from Mission Prep.
Dave Alley mentioned the weather. We're actually going to get a live update from meteorologist Jason Stiff after the break, plus more Los Padres League action. We'll see how Cabrillo fared last night at home against St. Joseph. See you in 2 minutes.